Yeah, 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 yeah. Happy New Year's. 2023 is in the books as we look forward to 2024. What's going on, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? What's going on? Yeah, we are moving on to a new year, new chapter, new venture, new endeavors, all those things, man, lies ahead for us as we wish for the best, better health, better wealth, better prosperity, and a Super Bowl. It's the truth. Y'all know I ain't lying. It's the truth. We all are seeking that Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Now, I told y'all once, this is, well, what I once thought was going to be the road to the Super Bowl might be something totally different. I'm just saying. But anyway, with that being said, guys, want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all those that follow this channel. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today as far as the channel. And we're just going to give thanks for you guys taking out your time and your support as you have so far in the game. So thank you. Yeah. So we're gonna move right on, man. Again, like I said, Happy New Year to everyone. I'm trying to get set up here. Happy New Year to everybody as we step into a new year, 2024, and we look for things to be better. So let's get right into this, man. I want to really talk about what went on over the weekend. It's been a very, very busy weekend and I know what you see down there Monday night, mic'd up. Like, share, and subscribe. Please do us a favor and like, share, and subscribe this channel, because I tell you, we're going to give you the raw and uncut about our Dallas Cowboys. And like I always say, this is barbershop talk. We're unapologetic. I'm unapologetic for anything that I say or do for our Dallas Cowboys. So it is who we are. Now, I'm going to voice my opinions on some things that some of y'all might agree and some of y'all might not. But again, I always say it's my opinion. I hope it don't cause you to unsubscribe or unlike the video or things like that. But again, God, this is barbershop talk. Now, if you have an opinion or have a comment, put it down in the comments and let us know what you're thinking and what you're drinking. But this is just my opinion of what I saw over the weekend, because it's been a very, very busy weekend. And first of all, I got to start off with the induction of Jimmy Johnson. Oh man, what a like a breath of fresh air. What a big relief. What a just a exciting moment. And I don't know about y'all, man, but it really did me some good seeing this, man. And with that being said, I have to replay this video because this something ringing in the background. That's why I usually close my door, but whatever that is, I don't know. Hopefully my wife will get it. But I have to play this for you. Excuse me. Because this just gave me goosebump. And just when you see the end of this, and if you watched everything that went along with this induction after this session here, but when he went back to the studio, man, just so elated. He's been, we can play tough and we play hard, but this actually meant so much to Jimmy Johnson. Now, the reason we had to do it, because, Miami Hurricanes put him in the Ring of Honor first. So I'm sure Jerry Jones said, "Oh shoot, snap! Oh man, Miami put him in the Ring of Honor. I gotta put him in the Ring of Honor." So whatever the case may be, we're just glad that he's here. But let's check this out, man. This just gave me goosebumps. Let's check it out.
I just got one more thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Indeed. A great night for former Dallas Cowboys coach Jimmy Johnson.
Beautiful
He was
moment,
just inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor tonight during halftime.
Come on, man. Give it up, man, for Jimmy Johnson. Give it up. Man, I don't know about y'all. If y'all diehard Cowboy fan, man, that should have gave you goosebumps. That should have I know some of y'all got teary-eyed. Some of y'all probably cried. I know you did. It's okay. Man, I mean, that was greatness. That was greatness, and we were able to witness greatness. This guy was a coach that you could not continue to make mistakes. You could not be accountable for your actions, because one thing Jimmy Johnson did, he held you accountable. He built a dynasty. He built a team that went from 1 to 15 to 3 Super Bowls. That's why I said 3 Super Bowls, because 95 was his team. And basically that team ran on its own. And Barry Switzer said himself, he was on for the ride. But with that being said, it was just great to see Jimmy Johnson hoisted up in the rafters, up on the Ring of Honor, seeing his name. Again, because I always said, how is it that you can add the product to the Ring of Honor and not the producer of the product in the Ring of Honor? I'm just saying. So, again, and I take that moment. Hold on, y'all. I got to hold on. It was a long night last night. Good grief, I'm recuperating. Yeah, we was partying. And I want to say thank you to everybody that showed up to the New Year's Eve party last night. Thank y'all, man. It was a blast bringing the new year in with everybody that supported the New Year's Eve bash last night. And thank everybody for their part in helping me celebrate the new year. So thank y'all. But I'm talking about Jimmy Johnson and how Jimmy Johnson ran his organization. Not only was he accountable, but his coaches were accountable and his players were accountable during his tenure with the Cowboys. So there was no one on the team that wasn't held accountable for their actions. And one thing about Jimmy, if you didn't do your job, he'll tell you next man up. But the way Jimmy dealt with his team, the way he dealt with his team, you didn't want to let him down. You did not want to let Jimmy Johnson down, because he held you at a high standard. All of his players. And I say that to say this, with this game we had on, what was that? Saturday, Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions. Final score 20-19. As Cowboys moved to 11-5 and the Lions moved to 11-6. Now the score says 20-19, but there was over 600 yards total in the game that would suggest otherwise, as if it was 49-48. But let's look into this real quick and look at some of the stats if you haven't already. So it shows here that Dak was 26 of 38 for 345 yards, 2 TDs, and an interception. While Jared Goff was 19 of 34 for 271, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. And again, the game was 20-19. But guys, I still have a concern. I have a major concern with our Dallas Cowboys. And I know you've heard, oh, Gary, there you go. Man, we won the game. Again, a team that is content to where they are is setting themselves up for failure. But a team that continues to make adjustment to be better sets themselves up for success. So I'm not one of those delusional person or just go with the flow. No, I'm one that even though we won, I got to take some of the weakness where we were weak, or some of the flaws, and I have to correct those flaws. I can look at it two ways. Oh, yes, a win. Let's move on. Or I can say yes, a win, but I got to go back to where our flaws were, and we had a lot of flaws. And our biggest issue is our running game, guys. Tony Pollard had 16 carries for 49 yards. 49 yards. Deuce Vaughn came in and played a little bit. Two attempts for 2 yards. Again, I guess it was a win. Even CD Lamb got in the backfield and ran 1 for 5 yards. But CD is CD. CD had 17 targets. He had 13 receptions for 227 yards. And also, let's give it up for CD Lamb for passing our former 88, Michael Irvin, his single season record. Give it up for CD Lamb. Now, again, I'm very excited that we got the win. Very excited that we got the win. But at the same time, I'm concerned about some certain areas in the game. And again, we scored a touchdown at the end of the first quarter, no touchdown in the second quarter, 3 points in the third quarter, and 10 points in the fourth quarter. Now you might say, "Well, Gary, what are you talking about? We still won." That's fact. And we played a pretty damn good team in the Detroit Lions. And yeah, this is where we are. But I even did a video before the draft, and this is one kid that I said, we might need to look into drafting in the first round or even the second round, and we refuse to do it. And his name is Jameer Gibbs. Yeah, that's right. Jameer Gibbs is splitting time with David Montgomery with the Lions. And this guy had 15 receptions. I'm sorry, 15 attempts for 43 yards. And he split a time with David Montgomery. Now, big shout out to the defense. People, y'all can say what you want to about this defense, but the defense stepped up once again and did their part to holding these guys to one touchdown with the running game. One. Give it up. And I know a lot of you guys are probably saying that, oh man, it just, it's still a win. But my concern is we put up a lot of points against the under 500 teams. But when it comes to 500 teams, we have a difficult time of scoring. And that could be a problem for us down the line. Again, the lack of points, and I had said this. I said, yeah, we put up a lot of points at home, but I said that Detroit was not going to. It might be a team that will keep us under 40, or could even upset us at home. I said this in one of the videos I did previously. But anyway, let's get on into it. But again, we take the win, but again, my concerns are the scoring, this offense. Our run game is definitely suspect. We have no run game, people. our first touchdown came from a busted play. That wasn't even a design play. That was a busted play that Dak was able to get out from and throw the ball downfield and scored a touchdown. And we didn't score another touchdown until the fourth quarter again, just like the previous game against Miami. Now, I'm not here to bash the Cowboys, but I'm here to try to see if we can fix the Cowboys. Now, we want to talk about the defense, and we say, well, the defense gave up all them yards in the fourth quarter to let them go down there and score. First of all, if we played in the fourth quarter for the touchdown and not the field goal, this game wouldn't even been talked about. Everything that went on after that, after we got the field goal, became an issue. But just think if we would have went down and scored a touchdown, there would be nothing else to talk about. The game would be over. But instead, again, when I talk about Jimmy Johnson, I say this: Jimmy Johnson is one that is aggressive. And that's what I said about Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was not going to come in here and lay down and just be passive. He was going to be aggressive. And I knew he was going to be aggressive. And that's exactly what he did. And we saw that. We'll get into that. But this is the problem what I have with our offense. Our offense is too passive. At one point, I think it was a minute and something left in the fourth quarter, almost 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 14, and Dak throws the ball out of bounds. What the crap are we doing? Without even trying to find someone to throw the ball to, just throws it out of bounds. But anyway, so it led us to getting the field goal. And sure enough, we talk about the defense. The defense gave up, a lot of yards to get them down where they scored, and then the controversy started. But again, my concern is how do we get points in the second and third quarter? How do we fix this offense to where we can score at random? Even if we can't score in random, continue to get on the other side of the 50 to get in field goal range. We only did it in the third quarter, and we only did it in the fourth quarter. We need touchdowns. We need touchdowns. And this is 2 weeks in a row that we actually came up with the same type of scenario in the second, third, and fourth quarter. Now, I say that to say if we scored in the second, we scored in the third, we wouldn't be talking about the defense allowing them to move the ball downfield to get in scoring range to score and create the debacle that took place. But we have to figure out how do we make this offense more productive. Again, the first play was the first touchdown was off a busted play. And then we didn't get another touchdown into the fourth quarter, which like I say, I think was 7 minutes left in the game, something like that, to Brandon Cook. Why can't we find these same plays in the second and third quarter? How is it? You guys tell me, how does our offense become stagnant? And why isn't our offense consistent? So instead of me answering, maybe you guys answer. Why is it that our offense is not as consistent? Is it the offensive lineman? Is it the quarterback? Is it the play calling? But for whatever reason, guys, and I'm saying, and I understand, yeah, whoopee, we're doing good, true. But I'm going to address the issues in order to become better. So how do we do that? How do we get this offense to where we can continue to move the ball on the opposing team's territory and to stay in their territory? Several times we continue to punt, 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 punt. And with the lack of this running game that we have, it's scary. Now I did a video about this individual named Quadri Olison. He's a free agent. He's 6'1", 231 pounds, same size as Zeke. He's been released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would probably bet that he's not a free agent anymore. But we have to get somebody in this backfield that can be a downhill runner and make an impact on the run game. And if you're not going to do that, Mike McCarthy, give Tony Pollard a fullback to run behind. So this is where I'm seeing a disconnect. So with that being said, we found ourselves in a situation where Dan Campbell. Now I understand we're gonna sit here and say, yeah, Dan Campbell, the Detroit Lions, they got cheated. And maybe they did. Maybe they did get cheated. But what I saw from that incident, number 70 comes in, he's doing this. This is actually a sign that they use to say that I'm eligible. And I understand Decker and other guy, they walked up to him. But if you look at that referee, now he's trying not to tip the hand to the defense. So he sees 70 Skipper coming out here doing this. So he already automatically looks at Skipper like, okay, I got you. Even though the other two guys was there, it could have been a decoy. I don't know what happened, but it happened. And we cannot cry over spilled milk. That's water under the bridge, whatever you want to call it. It's water under the bridge. Now, here, let me tell you this here. Here's the issue. Because of Dan Campbell, and the type of coach that he is, and like a buddy of mine said, called him a meathead. Dan Campbell is a meathead. Dan Campbell, after he got that call and was penalized for the call, what does this meathead do again? Oh, I'm gonna go for it again. I'm a meathead. I'm gonna go for it again. We're gonna try it again. Oh. Well, he goes for it again. Sure enough, Michael Parsons lined up in the neutral zone, which we got an interception. With the game would have been over then. Dan Campbell, who would have been to blame then? If Michael Parsons lined up on the right side of the ball, and you throw that ball like Jerry does, throw the ball and throws it. Oh, somebody cut. Oh, that's what he did. He pretty much passing the game. That's why they tried to run, because they do not trust Jared Goff throwing the ball, because he will get picked. If Michael Parsons doesn't line offside with that interception, game over. Who fault would that been? Yeah, meathead. What meathead does after that call? I'm a meathead. We're going for it again. I'm a meathead. Like my buddy Brandon called. You go for it again, and you come up short, and now you want to bring oh, well. I say that to say, Dan Campbell, meathead yourself. You had every opportunity to tie that game up. But because of the meathead that you are, you decide to go for it 3 times. So blame the ref all you want, and sure, maybe they had a legitimate gripe. But by you being only pushed back 5 yards, a smart coach is going to say, you know what? I saw my offense move the ball down on this defense once before. Let's go for the field goal, and let's go in overtime, and let's ride the back of this offense again. See, Meathead, his problem is he gets in his own way, like my buddy Brandon said. He gets in his own way. Just call me salami. Call me turkey and ham and salami. So, listen, we're not feeling sorry for Detroit. We're not feeling sorry. I don't care what you say, and say what you will, say what you may. That's Dan Campbell's fault, meathead. Because he had every opportunity to say, ooh, guess what? I'm getting another opportunity. Oh, brr. Instead of being a smart coach and saying, hey, let's kick this field goal and let's see what happens. But they was trying to punish the Cowboys. They wanted to, we want to rub your face in the mud. Well, it backfired. So aggressiveness can always backfire on you, and what you did for them. So let's talk about And wait a minute. And before I go there, because I want to show y'all something. Do y'all see that was also, everybody's talking about the call about that situation with the ineligible receiving all that. But I want to share something with you. I want to share something with you. And I don't even know. And I wonder what had happened on this. I wanted I wanted I, I knew something happened. And I'm like, what the crap? I'm like, how did we end up, 2nd and 14? And this happened. This happened. Now, this was on Undisputed, Skip Bayless and Michael Irvin and Richard Sherman. I didn't see this. So, yeah, that was some bad officiating. And we're gonna get into this because I saw that. I was like, well, wait, I thought we was first and 10, and when we ended up being 1st and 14 or 15 or something like that. I didn't see this play. Maybe y'all saw it, but again, we got a legitimate gripe. We've been griping about the referees all season because of Michael Parson not being called, getting his calls being held. So what everybody's crying about what Detroit been, the officiating has been bad all year. We've been trying to tell y'all. It's been bad all year. And you say when is the game going to evolve and when it evolve and things like that? Again, it's the same game. We still doing measurement with chains and sticks for first downs. So we're still there. But I want to share this with you guys. I want y'all to see this. And I missed this call, but yeah, this hurt us. But watch this.
That Brad Allen and company completely swung and missed on a tripping penalty that was called on the Cowboys backup tight end, Peyton Hendershot. And at worst, it should have been called, or at best, on Aiden Hutchinson. I have no idea. If you look at the play again, I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see that anybody did anything. It looks like Tony Pollard just took off running and he was fine. Nobody tripped him. Or
this is the call right here. They said it was one of our players with the tripping call, but it was Aiden Hutchinson. So this hurt us. So we was at 1st and 10 right here with 2 minutes left at 13-17, and we get a flag and we get pushed back. So people, I'm sharing this to say, we feel your pain. We've been going through this all season with Michael Parson not getting the call for being held. And now we in a crucial time, we get called for clipping, attempting to clip or whatever they called it. So again, you know what? You guys can miss me with all that drama down on the other end of the ineligible receiver because we've been talking about this the whole season. But real quick, let's talk about these Philadelphia Eagles. They had one job to do. They talked about our easy schedule. Well, yeah, y'all had all these tomato can teams, and y'all beat all these tomato can teams, and woo this and that. Well, we actually thought basically you guys were going to pretty much, breeze through your final 3 games. But I said not so fast because I said, you know what, Kyler Murray is one that probably could beat the Eagles. Because you guys, y'all got to remember, this is not the same Eagles team. This is not the same Eagles team. And it wasn't that Sirianni played against the Cardinals. Let me let you in on something. It was Sirianni played against Jonathan Gannon. Anybody know who Jonathan Gannon is? Yeah, he's the reason that this defense, the Eagles defense isn't the same. This is the former Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator. Oh, yeah. So, again, this is what I was looking at. This is the reason that the Philadelphia Eagles aren't the same. And also, they lost their offensive coordinator. And I said this about the offensive coordinator. Before this offensive coordinator left for the new team that he's with, I think he's with Cincinnati. I can't remember who he's with. He's with some team. But he left as well. But when Sirianni was calling these plays, I said these plays were like non-creative. They were high school plays. The play calling that came up with, I was like, oh my gosh, this is when we was beating the Eagles, both times during the regular season. That's how bad they were. But then they brought the offensive coach, but they also brought in Jonathan Gannon. Now, under Jonathan Gannon, I'm going to show you why this team is so different. Under Jonathan Gannon, the Eagles boasted a top 10 defense in each of the past 2 seasons, ranking second in total defense in 2022 and 10th in the NFL in 2021. This past season, the Eagles also featured the NFL top-ranked pass defense and the league 8th ranked scoring defense with 20.2 points per game. Now, Jonathan became the head coach when he was hired by the Cardinals on February 14, 2023. Gannon came to Arizona after spending past 2 seasons as the defensive coordinator with the Philadelphia Eagles, where he helped them advance to the Super Bowl at State Farm Stadium. So that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. Eagles, y'all was supposed to have cruised through these tomato tomato can teams, and Jonathan Gannon say, I beg to differ. Not so fast, my friend. So now the ball is back in our court. We got another rival team we have to play. This is a divisional rival with the Washington Commanders. And I'm going to tell you right now, 2 things going to happen. Either Washington's going to sit their people so they can get a better draft pick come next year, or they're going to try to be the spoilers. They're not doing either one of the teams a favor. If they beat the Cowboys, they're doing the Eagles a favor. If they lose to the Cowboys, they do the Cowboys. So I think they're going to take the high road. They're going to play for the draft pick. So we control our own fate. The Dallas Cowboys control their own fate with this game coming up this weekend. And where it stands right now, I can't remember who it was, but as far as what the playoff picture looks like, I forget. What they played. But anyway, so the ball is back in the Cowboys' court. It's a must win. It's a must win. It's nothing. We do not want to be this road team. Our Cowboys should be chomping at the bits. They should be growing their fingernails out. They should let their fangs grow. They should eat raw meat. I'm just saying, it's the attitude they need to have. It's the attitude they need to have. Punch somebody in the mouth. One game at a time. But we definitely have to make a statement with every team that we play. So, with that being said, guys, Happy New Year to you. Let's get ready for the Washington Commanders and see how it turns out. It's your guy, G, the #1 Cowboy fan.